Hey everybody, Brandon Kelly. So we got a house wash today, and I just upsold driveway cleaning for these guys. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to pre-treat this driveway that you can see behind me. Pretty nasty. We're going to pre-treat that and then do the house wash and then come back and wash the driveway afterwards. The reason I like to do that is just because it gives it some time to kind of kill all those organics, get everything loosened up. And this house should take about 45 minutes to an hour to wash. So it'll give it plenty of soak time to get it ready to pressure wash. So go ahead and follow me through here and I'll see you on the video. Okay, so when I'm doing my initial setup and I'm getting my hose laid out, what I like to do is get the hose laid out into a position where it's going to be out of the way for the most part once I get to the pressure washing. So what I'll do is, you see how the line's in the middle of the area that I'm going to pressure wash. Instead, what I'll do is I'll pull this out, pull myself some extra line, and then just make sure that this hose is over here in the flower bed or in the street or whatever you need to do to get it kind of out of your way. Sorry for all that background noise, the neighbors getting their lawn mowed. But I'll pull all this out. I like pulling mine all the way out. And this is why right here, because this will pinch. Now I've seen guys with an angle on here, but the current way I have this set up, this kind of pinches in there. So I'll just pull this all the way out so I don't end up with that pinched. And then run this line up over the mirror of my truck to keep that up off the ground and out of the way. And then run this hose outside of my work area. And just get that outside of the zone that I'm going to be working on. That way I have nothing in the way of getting all the concrete clean. So that's just a quick tip. Hose management is a thing. The easier you make it on yourself while you're setting up, the easier it'll be to get the job done. So I've got my system set up. I've got the water flowing into my tank, and then I set up my soft wash gun for a house wash mix. Now I'm pre-treating this driveway with a house wash mix. When you first pull up, if you did everything correctly on the last job, you should just have water coming through your gun. So pre-treating the driveway is going to do two things. It's going to prime your gun for the house wash itself, and you're also going to pre-treat the entire surface that you'll be cleaning later. And that way, by the time you come back around to do the driveway, it's already, all the organics have been killed and it loosened up, ready to pressure wash all that off. So especially here where you see a lot of extra moss in there and stuff, make sure to soak that really well, just to make sure that it is good and dead. As you can see, I have a little bit too much suds in here, so I'm going to go turn that down and finish treating the driveway. Now I'm moving into the house wash phase, and what you didn't see me doing before this was laying out all of the hoses. So I like to lay out all of the hose out to the furthest point of the house. So for this house, I came all the way around the front, all the way around the side to the opposite corner. And that way I know I have enough hose to be able to wash the entire house. I'll resituate in the front after I'm done with these three sides. But for each section, what I do is I pre-wet all the plants, and then I go through put the detergent on the house, let it sit for the amount of time it needs to sit. And that's going to depend on how much organics, what type of material, what the weather is like. You just want to make sure that it doesn't dry before you get to rinse phase. So I put the detergent on, let it sit, and then rinse it off, moving around the house. Just do one section at a time, only amount of space that you can get done without it drying before you move on to the next section. You definitely don't want it to dry. That'll cause damage to the siding, and it can be extremely hard to get off of windows. So I just went around the entire house, washed all of the different areas, and then we'll go on to cleaning the driveway next. Because this driveway was so dirty, I do it in sections. You'll see me do the top part. It's also uphill to downhill, so I start by the garage door, do that section, rinse it down, then do the next section, rinse it down, and then finish out with the sidewalk. Okay, so this job turned out really nice. Got all the stuff cleaned up there. This driveway cleaned up really nice. Was really green right in there. Same with the walkway. Around this back area, we had a lot of organic growth right there. Really, the whole house had organic growth, but there were only a few spots that were super obvious. So all these gutters lines had black spots on them as usual. That's all cleaned off. And then this back shed area was also really green right in here, which is now not green anymore. Although we got some dirt on the wall. Oh, that's a leaf. So yeah, all that cleaned up really nicely. About to close out with the customer. So this area here was exceptionally challenging just because of these big old trees, but I was able to get up behind those, and there's also a lot of growth behind this tree, and right there on the face, that's all clean now. Everything looks superb.